Your phone knows you stopped at McDonald's drive-thru at 2 a.m. last Saturday. It knows you visited that apartment 3 times this week. It knows you were late to work on Monday. And right now, it's tracking you watching this video. Creepy? Absolutely. But how does a tiny rectangle in your pocket know so much about your life? In this video, you'll learn exactly how your phone tracks your location using 5 different methods, why companies are so desperate for this data, and most importantly, how you can actually do something about it. Let's expose this little spy. Chapter 1. Why should you care? Okay, so maybe you're thinking, I have nothing to hide. Who cares if my phone knows I went to the grocery store? Fair point. But here's the thing, it's not just about where you went. It's about the story your movements tell. Your phone doesn't just know you visited a hospital. It knows you visited an oncology department. It knows how long you stayed. It knows you went there every Tuesday for 3 months. Insurance companies would pay good money for that information. And guess what? Sometimes they do. In 2023, data brokers sold location information from millions of phones, and buyers included everyone from advertisers to hedge funds to government agencies. Your morning routine, your evening habits, your secret trips, all bundled up and sold like vegetables at a market. Except you're the vegetable. And the worst part? Most people have no idea this is happening because they clicked agree on a terms of service document longer than a Tolstoy novel. Chapter 2. The 5 ways your phone stalks. Alright, let's get technical, but don't worry, I'll keep it simple. Your phone uses 5 main methods to figure out where you are, and they often work together like a creepy surveillance boy band. First up, GPS, the granddaddy of location tracking. Right now, about 31 satellites are orbiting Earth at 20,000 kilometers up, and at least 4 of them can see your phone at any moment. Your phone listens for signals from these satellites, calculates how long each signal took to arrive, and uses math to pinpoint your location within about 3 meters. That's accurate enough to know which room of your house you're in. GPS is incredibly precise, but it has one weakness. It struggles indoors and drains your battery like my uncle drains chai at family functions. Method 2. Cell tower triangulation. Your phone is constantly chatting with nearby cell towers, basically saying, "Hello, I'm here. Please give me signal." By measuring which towers your phone connects to and how strong those signals are, companies can estimate your location within a few hundred meters in cities. In rural areas with fewer towers, it's less accurate, but still enough to know which town you're in. And here's the kicker. This works even when GPS is off. Third method, Wi-Fi positioning. Every Wi-Fi router has a unique identifier, and companies like Google and Apple have spent years driving around mapping millions of these routers to their physical locations. When your phone detects nearby Wi-Fi networks, it checks this massive database and figures out where you are. This works indoors where GPS fails, and it's scary accurate in cities. That coffee shop Wi-Fi you connected to once, your phone remembers, and so does everyone else. Fourth, Bluetooth beacons. Ever walked into a mall and got a notification about a sale at a store you just passed? That's Bluetooth beacons at work. These tiny devices constantly broadcast signals, and when your phone picks them up, retailers know exactly which aisle you're standing in. They're watching you choose between the expensive shampoo and the budget one. Judgment incoming. And finally, method 5, your IP address. Even without location services, your internet connection reveals your approximate location. When you connect to the internet, your IP address can be traced to a general area, usually your city or neighborhood. It's the least precise method, but combined with everything else, it fills in the gaps. Now imagine all 5 methods working together, constantly cross-referencing, building a profile of everywhere you've ever been. That's not science fiction. That's your Tuesday. Chapter 3. Real examples that will haunt you. Let me tell you about some real cases that should make you uncomfortable. In 2018, an Associated Press investigation found that Google was tracking location data even when users explicitly turned off location history. Google's defense? Well, location history and location tracking are different things. Thanks, Google. Very cool. Here's another one. Researchers bought location data from a broker and were able to identify specific individuals visiting sensitive locations, addiction clinics, abortion providers, places of worship. They could literally track someone's life story from anonymous data because humans are predictable. If a phone goes to the same house every night and the same office every day, it's pretty obvious whose phone it is. And my personal favorite nightmare, in 2022, a Catholic publication obtained app location data and used it to track a priest's phone to gay bars, effectively outing him. They bought this data legally. This isn't hacking. This is a system working exactly as designed. Your location data is being collected, sold, and analyzed at a scale that would make actual stalkers jealous. The only difference is these stalkers wear suits and call it personalized advertising. Chapter 4. Taking Back Control. Okay, enough doom. Let's talk solutions. You can't completely disappear unless you're willing to live in a cave, and even then, satellites might spot you. But you can dramatically reduce how much you're tracked. First, audit your app permissions. Go to Settings right now and look at which apps have location access. That flashlight app? It doesn't need to know where you live. Be ruthless. Set most apps to never or only while using. Second, turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth when you're not using them. Your phone constantly scanning for networks is basically shouting your presence to anyone listening. Third, use a VPN to mask your IP address. It won't stop GPS, but it adds a layer of privacy. Fourth, on iPhone, enable limit ad tracking. On Android, opt out of ads personalization. This won't stop tracking, but it limits how that data gets used for targeting. And finally, regularly delete your location history. Both Google and Apple let you do this, though they really bury the option deep in settings because of course they do. Look, you won't achieve perfect privacy, but these steps turn you from an open book into at least a book with a few pages stuck together. If this video made you rethink your relationship with that rectangle in your pocket, smash that subscribe button. Next week, we're diving into how social media apps read your messages. And trust me, it gets worse. I'll see you there.